Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, March 20th. I'm Dr. Yamonja Smalls, Director of Professional Development for the Maryland Department of Health's Developmental Disabilities Administration. We welcome you to today's community meeting series. On the panel today, we have Deputy Secretary Marlena Hutchinson, Robert White, Chief Operating Officer, Rhonda Workman, Director of Federal Programs, Antoine Williams Jr., Director of Programs, Elizabeth Peters, Special Assistant, and John Usebi, our provider billing support from our Provider Billing Support Office. Before we begin, I'd like to go over a few things about today's community meeting. We will be recording the meeting and posting the session on DDA's YouTube and DDA's website. There will be time for you to ask questions directly. Again, before we begin, we'd like to ensure the civility for all meetings. The free expression of diverse viewpoints is an essential value for our group. This freedom comes with the responsibility to engage respectfully, which involves treating one another with dignity and respect in good faith. Uncivil behavior, disruptive conduct, abusive language, threats, or harassment will not be tolerated and may lead to being excused from the meeting. Thank you for helping to keep this productive and comfortable for everyone. All attendees are in listen-only mode, and your mic and camera are currently turned off. During the presentation, if you have any questions, please type them in the question box here, and later during the meeting, the team will respond to questions submitted by this community. If you would like to be called on to speak during the public comment section, please place your name in the question box, and you will be called on to speak during the public comment section. And now I'd like to turn this over to Deputy Secretary Marlena Hutchinson. Good afternoon, Marlena.
Welcome, and thank you to the honorable members from the Governor's Office, the honorable members from the legislature, participants, parents, family members, providers, and community partners. Thank you for joining us today. Next slide, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is today's agenda. We will start by showcasing the Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Then we'll pivot and talk about news and updates from our Federal Program Integrity Unit as well as programs. And then we'll have questions and answer, and we'll end with public comment. Next slide, please. Now I'd like to turn it back over to Deputy Secretary Hutchinson to talk about DD Awareness Month.
Thank you, Robert. Yes, March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Please go back to the slide, please. Governor Wes Moore has issued a proclamation announcing March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. This is observed nationwide every March to promote understanding, inclusion, and advocacy for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. To celebrate, the Developmental Disabilities Administration devotes this part of our presentation to sharing a few of the inspiring stories you have shared with us. It is important to celebrate your successes. We often hear about the real challenges that many of you face. However, it is also wonderful for us to hear about how your services and supports have helped you or have helped a person with intellectual and developmental disabilities move along their path of a good life. Next slide, please.
Thank you. A Bridge to Belonging is an inspiring testimonial series by the Maryland Inclusive Housing. showcasing the journeys of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities as they achieve independence, stability, and belonging through assessing housing supports. Each episode highlights the unique stories of resilience and transformation, shedding light on how personalized housing solutions empower lives, foster community, and open doors to brighter futures. We take a few minutes now to introduce you to Kavita. I want to apologize in advance if I mispronounce anyone's name. Kavita is a determined woman in her 30s living with a developmental disability. With the help of Maryland Inclusive Housing, Kavita secured housing support services that helped her transfer her new space into a forever home. Kavita's story is a testament to the power of perseverance and the impact of a strong support system. So let's watch together. Dr. Smalls? Dr. Smalls, it appears that we're having some technical difficulties with the sound.
Okay, since you're unable to hear the sound, I know that this PowerPoint is being shared, and when you are downloading it and in the video that's going to be posted on the YouTube channel and on the DDA website, you will be able to hear and see it. It's a wonderful video, so I hope all of you will have an opportunity to actually listen to it.
Dr. Smalls, this is Robert. Is it possible for me to share my screen? I have the sound and I can play it.
Yes. Okay, Robert, you're able to play it. So unfortunately, it's still not, we're not able to hear the sound.
I hear it. Raising Kavita has been an extraordinary journey. She was diagnosed with right hemiparesis when she was an infant at age 1. And around age 10, she was diagnosed with being the autism spectrum disorder, PD, they call it, pervasive developmental disorder. That was a moment, that's filled with mixed emotions for us. Just uncertainty, fear, and worry about what the future holds for us, filled with unique challenges, joys, and also plenty of learning experiences.
My name is Kavita. I'm the queen of the house now. I am 33. Near August, I'll be 34.
Concentrating on Kavita, so we have so many things we have to do financially, legally, also things we have to take care of it. That's the thing we have to learn. There's no place to learn, but we have to learn as we go along.
Started getting older, and we had our own health, issues. It was difficult for us to like take care of her, and and her daily management was getting harder for us. Initially, she was moved to a group home because for about 5 years, I think she lived there in a group home because she was naturally friendly. So we thought the social interaction with her peers or housemates would help her. But soon we realized that that was not the ideal situation for her because of the challenges such as frequent turnovers of staff and housemates. All those things, because of her disability, it started impacting her because Kavita thrives in structured environment. So these unpredictable, routines and things throw her off, and she expressed herself that she's not happy there and she wants to move out into an apartment. That's where we started the process. She was not happy anymore, and she started advocating for herself that she wants to move out into a place of her own. And that's when I got in touch with the community service coordinator again, and then she referred me to MIH. And they really played a crucial role in helping us, find through the whole process, the housing process, and find a home that was ideal for her.
So my name is Tia Medley. I am one of the community living coordinators at MIH. And what I do with individuals like Kavita is get them in touch with housing subsidy program, different options of housing options. What we did was we were the ones that got in touch with Macomb through their MyPad program. That's what led to the unit that Kavita is in today. My first impression of Kavita, she was such a great advocate for herself. She liked to talk about what her likes and her dislikes were. She was very forthcoming with the team, with what works for her and what doesn't. And that was really instrumental for us in the process towards getting her housing because we were able to understand what wasn't working with her housing before through services, and what would work best for her is to get her own independent housing.
I like moving because I like the space better.
Throughout the process, she's blossomed beautifully within her own independent housing. She's so much happier. She's so much more at home. She's so much more welcoming. So this definitely was a wonderful thing for her.
There were also moments where she brought us great joy when she, just watching her overcome obstacles and or achieve milestones. So I'm really grateful to Tiara and Lauren for their unwavering support and the services they provided throughout our housing process.
Okay, I'm turning it back over to you, Dr. Smalls. We understand that there may have been some echoes, and we apologize for that. Please be sure to revisit the story once it's posted online. I want to thank Kavita and her family, as well as Maryland Inclusive Housing, for sharing their success story. Dr. Smalls? Okay. Thank you, Dr. Smalls. Meet Lee. Lee is an amazing young man who continues to challenge the perceptions of those diagnosed with autism. While medical professionals thought that Lee would need to live out his life in a group home setting, we have sought every kind of supplemental support we could to prevent this. He has thrived at home and now lives independently in his own apartment. Lee graduated from Kennedy Krieger, where for 13 years he received the services and support that helped him develop some amazing skills. After having a brief experience that did not support his desire for independence, we were thankful to learn about Lee's option to self-direct his services. Today, Lee lives independently in an apartment in Joppa Town in Harford County. He works part-time in a grocery store and has a small eBay business where he purchases old tools, refinishes them, and sells them. His support staff takes him to auctions, helps him post online, and manage his business. Lee independently handles photography, photographing his products, determining the value through online research, packaging, and mailing. Until recently, Lee rode his bike to work, which is more than a mile each way. And he does this in all kinds of weather. In fact, his supervisor used him as an example to other employees who would call out. Lee independently joined a local church where he is an active member. He regularly receives public thanks for his contributions of time and talent. In January of last year, Lee decided that he wanted to drive and get a car so that he could be more independent and pursue other opportunities. With the assistance of Maryland Division of Rehabilitation Services and his support team, Lee learned to drive. In November, Lee got his license and a car. Lee's mom said that they adamantly believe that Lee's success is directly tied to being able to self-direct his services in the self-directed services model. He does not fit into a rigid, predetermined, and planned program. Instead, he thrives on his independence and is indeed a testament to the success of Maryland's self-directed services model. He is like a bird that discovered it could fly. He continues to amaze us and defy the perceptions of individuals with autism. Lee is a contributor and leads a happy, full, and productive life. We'd like to thank Lee and his mother for sharing his success story. Next slide, please. Meet Alessandro. Alessandro is a 15-year-old teenager who has experienced tough challenges due to behavior. For some, this would create a barrier to living their best life, and this used to be the case for Alessandro as well. However, his story is a great example of the support that Medicaid waiver services can have to help a person with developmental disabilities experience success. Alessandro's grandparents, who are his guardians, shared a few of the remarkable wins that he has experienced with the support of his providers' staff. Lovingly referred to as the A-Team, the staff have supported Alessandro in beginning to function with more independence in his home and his community. He is learning to cook food, he has gone shopping, and has chosen his own clothes. He has played basketball in his neighborhood with a peer for the first time and throws a football and kicks around a soccer ball. He has gone to the barber shop and can go to a doctor's appointment, which he had not been able to do. He was able to go to the movies for the first time to see a recent movie, Mufasa, a year ago. These firsts were not on the horizon. His grandmother shared that the waiver support services has been life-changing for him and the family. Next slide, please. Meet Joshua, a 7-year-old young man who is in the self-directed services model of the Family Supports Waiver. His mother shared that after approximately 2 years of receiving DDA waiver support services, he has made remarkable progress. Without the support of staff, Joshua would have never been able to experience the level of community integration and resources. Like many young boys, Joshua loves cars. After seeing the cars, he's really fascinated with the Tesla Cybertruck. On December 24th of last year, Joshua's staff took him to the Tesla dealership to see one up close. He really enjoyed exploring the dealership and all of the different vehicles. After seeing the cars, we went to a nearby mall to get pizza and yogurt, some of his favorites. As we got closer, there was a homeless mother and her 3 young children sitting in front of the parlor. When asked if they were hungry, the mother replied that they were. Joshua then asked me, "Why are they hungry?" And I answered that I didn't know. The big-hearted boy then asked me what we could do to help. Joshua then said he wanted to go home and bake some cookies to give the family. He also wanted to give the family some items to help them. We went to his home, helped Joshua bake the cookies, and then put them in a bag. Joshua then got some of his belongings together and put them in a bag. He also took $3 from his piggy bank to give. We then went back to the mall to look for the family. We did not see them right away, so we went to the Red Roof Inn where the mother was trying to get a room for the night. As we left the hotel, Joshua spotted the family at a gas station, and he was so happy to find them. Joshua then handed them the cookies and treats he put together for them. I must say that Joshua almost brought me to tears for his care and concern for others. I have observed his behavior over the year since I began working with Joshua. He continues to show concern for others, wanting to help when people are in need. Joshua's decision making has improved, and he is taking his time in tough situations to think through. Joshua is a great example for others to follow, and he is using his critical thinking to get better results. Next slide, please. Meet Candy. This is another video that, once we post the slides, please take a look at it. Due to the technical difficulties with the last video, we won't attempt to play it. But as you may recall, at our last community meeting, we highlighted that Candy was headed to the Special Olympics in Turin, Italy. Well, everyone, she medaled in several events. She got a gold in the 100-meter snowshoeing event, a silver in the 200-meter snowshoeing event, and a silver in the 4x100 snowshoeing event. Congratulations, Candy. Thank you for reminding us to continue to dream big, Thank you, Meritus Health, for sharing the great news. Next slide, please. Next slide. Meet Shri. Shri joined Best Buddies nearly 32 years ago when he was a freshman at the University of Maryland. Inclusion is very important to me, and this is a quote from Shri, because in high school and junior high, I was bullied and was pretty embarrassed about it and kept it to myself. As a result, I felt very isolated and lonely. So, don't want to see anyone else feel that way. I have made several friends while in Best Buddies, and when I am with them, I feel like I can be myself. I have gained the confidence to become more of a leader through organizing some Best Buddies events in the Montgomery County area. End quote. Today, Sri is matched with his buddy Brian. Over the years, I have made several wonderful friends. I was paired with Brian back in April of 2008, nearly 17 years ago. Best Buddies improves the health and well-being of Maryland adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities by providing inclusive campus, community, and workplace programs that foster independence, promote social connection, and facilitate employment. The goal of the Best Buddies friendship programs is to enhance the lives of both individuals through mutually enriching friendships and improve inclusion for a population that is often isolated and excluded. Thank you, Best Buddies, for introducing Shri to his new buddy and for all the work you do to enhance the lives of people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Next slide, please. Meet Layla. Best Buddies helped Layla find her dream job at Gundalo Gourmet. Quote from Layla, I love being in the kitchen and learning new things. Recently, she mastered making pasta salad with roasted squash and enjoys preparing chicken enchiladas and salads. Her growth in the kitchen is a testament to her dedication, and she continues to build on her skills every day. Just makes me so hungry. Layla's supervisor, Patty, says she's the queen of lasagnas, chicken enchiladas, and salads in our kitchen. Layla is always up for any last minute task and does it with efficiency and a positive attitude. She's one of the hardest working people I know, and it's a privilege to work with her. Best Buddies Jobs provides person-centered, individualized, supported employment services, including career exploration and discovery, work readiness training, job seeking skills training, job development and placing, on the job training, follow along support, and ongoing professional development opportunities. Please join us again in celebrating and congratulating everyone who was featured in today's segment of Success Stories. Their stories are fascinating, and we're so happy that they've been shared with us so that we can share them with you as well. Congratulations. Celebrations will continue. Please, everyone, keep sharing your stories. We want to share your good news, and we want to continue to acknowledge and thank the teams and providers who work hard to help support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities so that we can continue to assist them to live their best lives in the communities in which they choose. Next slide. So we here at the DDA are very proud about the incredible work that our teams are doing, especially our team members at each of our regional offices who continue to support participants, their families, providers, and other DDA stakeholders every day. We are excited to share some very important updates from our federal program integrity unit, as well as our programs unit and their teams that highlight some of the great work. Now we'll hand it over to Rhonda Workman, our Director of Federal Programs and Integrity, to get us started. Rhonda?
Thank you, Robert. Next slide, please. So again, my name is Rhonda Workman. I'm the Director of Federal Programs, and I'm excited and happy to be with you today to share some updates related to the work that we do in our area. First, it's really an exciting time, a very busy time of the year for our youth that will be exiting the education system in June. We have alerted our coordinators of community services of transitioning youth that now have the opportunity to apply for one of the DDA operated Medicaid waiver programs. Coordinators of community services are reaching out to the youth and their families to support this process of the Medicaid waiver application. And we wanted to share a few reminders related to the process. So to support the eligibility determination process and a timely decision, it's important for youth and families to meet with their coordinators as soon as possible. During the first meeting, the Medicaid waiver application should be completed first and submitted to the department. The next step in the process is completing the initial person-centered plan. Please note that the person-centered plan can be submitted without service providers identified. Youth and families can continue to explore service providers while the waiver eligibility is underway by the department so that we don't encounter delays. The person-centered plan can then be updated to add providers. We have included a link on this slide to support our coordinators of community services in terms of the DDA operated Medicaid waiver applications reminder, which outlines some of the steps and key timeframes. And also the DDA regional offices are available to address questions and support the application process. Next, I'd like to share some information about requesting a fair hearing or filing an appeal. It's important to note that anyone applying for or enrolled in a Medicaid program who thinks that a decision to deny, suspend, end, or reduce their Medicaid eligibility or services is wrong, they have the right to ask for a fair hearing about that decision. A fair hearing is also known as an appeal. The department has created a new dedicated website with information on fair hearings, and we've included the link on this slide. The website includes information about hearing rights, notices, what to expect before and during the hearing, and an online hearing request form that can be completed. We've also included the link to the online request form if you'd like to use it. Next, I'd like to share some updates related to self-directed services. Recently, the DDA shared some updates related to self-directed services, including information related to the support broker retesting, code of conduct, and new opportunities under the participant agreement. The DDA is offering new opportunities for those who did not pass support broker certification tests. Anyone who has not passed one or more of the support broker certification module tests after the 2 attempts will be able to retake each of those module tests once per month until they successfully pass it. The support broker code of conduct has also been updated to support support broker agencies that may have relatives working together to provide support broker services. Certified support brokers who are related to one another may provide support broker services to the same participant. In addition, certified support brokers who live at the same address may provide support broker services to the same participant. And lastly, we also updated the self-directed services participant agreement. A participant or their designated representative may authorize individuals on their team to contact their financial management and counseling service provider by phone or email on behalf of the participant. This section of the participant agreement is optional and is only needed if a participant wants to use it. These authorized individuals may not make any decisions about the participant's services or supports, but they may discuss issues and address questions with the financial management and counseling service provider. And then lastly, I'd like to share a few updates related to waivers. Our last update related to the Waiver Advisory Council, we wanted to share with you again the purpose. The council has met 3 times and our next meeting is coming up in April. The purpose of the council is to create meaningful engagement and a feedback loop with all interested stakeholders, with a focus on people with lived experiences, what we refer to as our participants. Members will have the opportunity to advise and provide recommendation to the DDA on system design, service delivery, and quality enhancement strategies for the DDA operated Medicaid waiver programs. The Council's waiver recommendation group continues to meet to discuss service delivery, service design, and create recommendations. We continue to seek participants with lived experiences using the community provider managed service delivery model to join the council. We've included a link to our Waiver Advisory Council page and also a direct link for the recruitment if there are participants with lived experiences using the traditional service delivery model that would be interested in joining the council. Now I'd like to turn it over to Antoine to share some great updates in the program team. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Rhonda. We have many wonderful updates to share with you today. First up, from our Children's and Family Supports team, we look forward to continuing our Supporting Families webinar series in partnership with the Council on Quality and Leadership. These presentations are designed to educate families on the variety of services available through the DDA. Our next session will be on Wednesday, April 23rd, which will focus on the person-centered planning process and how families can engage in that process. Then on Wednesday, May 28th, we will host a session dedicated to our self-directed services delivery model. Registration links have been made available in the DDA connection. Our clinical team is hard at work on a behavior plan guide that will assist behavior support specialists on what key information should be included in a high-quality behavior support plan. Additionally, work continues on the implementation of positive behavioral supports with our dual diagnosis cohort 2 well underway. As a reminder, this program is aimed at guiding provider agencies on best practices for supporting individuals with both intellectual disabilities and mental health disorders. Applications for cohort 3 will be accepted soon. These initiatives continue our commitment to increasing the quality of behavior supports received by participants in Maryland. We are also very happy to welcome Kiana Blakeney as Acting Statewide Director of Provider Services. Kiana is currently the Director of Provider Services for the Southern Regional Office. Thank you, Kiana, for your continued support to our network of providers, and we look forward to continuing to work with you. For our innovations updates, we are excited to report that a major milestone has been reached in our College of Direct Support Professionals initiative. This program provides a wealth of training courses to better equip and enhance the skill level of our much needed direct support professionals. Recently, work was completed on the e-learning platform that will support this program, and pilot testing will begin in the upcoming weeks with a system-wide rollout shortly thereafter. Stay tuned for more updates. In May, we are launching a brand new webinar series entitled Let's Talk Tech. This free series will feature leading technology experts who will provide training on a variety of assistive technology, including many accessibility features available on everyday devices such as phones and tablets. Be on the lookout for the registration link in an upcoming DDA connection. Next slide, please. This slide includes the dates for the 2025 regional provider meetings and registration links for each regional office. These meetings are for DDA licensed and DDA certified providers that work within the specific region. This slide again includes a link to register, and as a note, you only need to complete the registration form once. Thanks everyone for listening to these updates. We look forward to sharing more in the future. And now we'll turn it to John with our Provider Billing Support Office. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Antoine. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Usibi, and I'm part of the DDA PBO task team. The team consists of myself, Kelly McAllister, and Davey Coddington. Some of our key functions with the PBS team is the processing DDA provider manual billing entries, also known as MTRs, in the LTSS Maryland Daily. Manual reviews of about 150 to 250 missing time requests and about 50 to 75 service adjustments are done daily. We also do a batch processing of about 200 to 300 billing entries on a daily basis. We review billing exceptions, anything causing payments of service in LTSS Maryland to pending, and helping providers resolve their exceptions. We communicate with providers through the customer service portal known as ServiceNow, and about any billing and payment issues and billing policies within DDA policies or COMAR regs. We also refer providers to training resources, guides, and other departments. Coordinating with case managers, we provide EVV OTP device disbursements in order for staff to clock in and out in provider portal. We also provide super user or resolve super user issues. Since the beginning of 2025, we've completed over 250 super user revisions request forms for all regional offices. And since 2023, we've done about 1,000. Some of our support functions are we support DDA in reviewing and updating billing policies, like virtual supports policies. We support systems development and work by the LTS project team and FEI by reviewing and testing occasional work orders and change requests that impact DDA billing. We report potential billing and system defects to the LTSS help desk and FEI for review. We coordinate with DDA regional offices, the Medicaid check tracing unit, and DDA headquarters and fiscal about critical payment issues affecting DDA providers. And we try to zero out any checks in MMIS. We also coordinate with EDD, the Eligibility Determination Division, to assist providers with eligibility issues with Providers Portal and LTSS. We also maintain and update list of DDA participants with the living caregivers who are exempt from EVV policy, and incorporating the list into our billing processes, what they call the batching process tool. The list includes about 93 clients receiving services by over 104 staff, with more being updated each month. One quick update, the MDH LTSS billing at Maryland Gov inbox is going away, and we'll be using the LTSS Maryland Provider Portal billing support contact page instead. Thank you so much, and we look forward to working with you all in the future. Now, the next slide will be our grant slide. Next slide, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Peters. I am the Special Assistant to our Chief Operating Officer, Robert White, here at DDA. DDA oversees 3 different types of grants that impact over 16,000 individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities each year. First, we have 7 therapeutic recreation summer camps, which are run by 7 county recreation and parks department across the state. And this year, these programs impacted 426 youth and adults. Next, we have our 4 community grants. And thus far in fiscal year 25, we have served 11,710 youth and adults through these community grants. And lastly, we have our federal ARPA competitive grants, which began in July of 2023 and wind down at the end of this month. There are 26 of these federal ARPA competitive grants serving almost 4,000 individuals. These grants have a primary goal of enhancing and expanding home and community-based services. After these projects end, we look forward to highlighting some of the wonderful projects in the future. Next slide, please.
Provides an overview of our upcoming waiver advisory council meetings. Similar to the provider meetings, you can register once and you'll be registered for all the meetings. So we hope that you will join us as we continue to discuss great opportunities, recommendation, and input from the Waiver Advisory Council. Next slide, please.
Great, thank you, team, for that update. We are now at the questions and answers as well as public comment segment of our presentation. Dr. Smalls, I will turn it back over to you to facilitate that process.
Okay, thank you so much, Robert. During the presentation, again, if you have any questions, you've been placing some of them in our question box. We're going to go through those and we will be calling on you. And if you choose, we'll be unmuting you so you can ask your question out loud directly and we will attempt to answer it. Our first question is coming from Sandra Pyant, and I apologize if I've pronounced your name incorrectly.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I was just simply, I'm a delegated nurse for one of the home-based programs, and I wanted to know if this webinar counted towards the 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 2 webinars that I had to do annually. But I just stayed on because it was interesting information.
Thank you so much for that question. The 2 required delegating nurse trainings are posted on our DDA website through our calendar, and this community meeting does not count toward that requirement.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sandra. Our next question comes from Mary Grelly.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, I'm a support broker, and I support a family who is trying to get a budget mod approved. They submitted it
I don't even know the date, but it was over 45 days ago, and waited 20 business days to find out that the signature needed to be something they're calling a wet signature. So that was done by the participant and resubmitted. And now and that was 20 business days. And now it's been 25 business days, and they still haven't heard about whether it's been approved or disapproved for increased funds. And I'm told by the FMCS that now DDA is approving or disapproving all of the budget mods. And I'm wondering if there's some kind of hang up at DDA, or maybe the FMCS is not correct with that. And I was wondering how I could get this, or at least help the team get this expedited.
Thank you, Mary, for your question. Rhonda, would you like to address that?
Sure, absolutely. For Mary, thank you for sharing that with us. We are happy to look into any situation. So anybody on the phone that has an individual specific situation, please reach out to the regional office. If it's self-directed, you can reach out to the self-directed lead or Christy Colberth, or to our dedicated self-directed services email address. We're happy to look at that, and we will coordinate and partner with Wes, who oversees the financial management and counseling services provider. So again, thank you for sharing. We're sorry to hear that there's some challenges there, and we're happy to follow up on individual concerns and items, giving a more additional time to research.
Okay, so if I have the team contact Christy Colbreth, I can mention that I forget whether I can't see your image. So are you Dr. Smalls, or are you? I lost connection when they introduced you.
So I'm sorry, I'm Rhonda Workman. I'm the director of federal programs. And so,
Right, I know that. I've talked to you before on
okay,
email.
yeah.
Okay,
So
yes. And then Wes is the one who helps with that?
Yes, that is correct. So I can also be included within that email thread to Miss Christy Colbreth. My email address, I can probably drop it in the chat for everybody so they have it. But I am also somebody who can help out with that.
That would be wonderful, because the funds are sorely needed and we don't know which direction we're going here now. I will look for your email.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mary.
Thanks, Mary. Our next question is from Mary Baskar. Mary, we're having some problems hearing you, so I apologize. If you do have a question, you want to submit it, we will review it and attempt to answer that at a later time. Our next question is from Renetta Graham Bay.
I just wanted to know if you can start to receive services as an adult, or do you have to enter as a child?
yeah, that's a great question, Robert. Did you want me to
Yes,
answer?
please. Thank
Great.
you.
Yeah, the Developmental Disabilities Administration operates 3 Medicaid home and community-based waiver programs, and we support individuals of all ages. So if you are interested or in need of services, regardless of the age, we ask that you reach out to us. Our regional office can assist you with that application process. We also have applications online that you can complete and share, but please reach out to us. We absolutely can support individuals of all ages.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Renetta. Our next question is from Pamela Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking my question. During a previous DDA community meeting, it was mentioned that the EDD waiver redetermination applications could be faxed and that a number would be provided at a later time. Is it possible for you to share that number or direct me to where that information could be found? Thank you.
Well, Rhonda, would you like to address that?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for your question related to redetermination information. First, I would say that it's really important that the coordinator of community services help to facilitate this process so that they're able to include that information in the person's record, which is in our system LTSS Maryland. We have the ability for alerts and information to go to the eligibility determination division to include some recent new functionality in our system to help with that process. I do not have a fax number for redeterminations. I am happy to follow up with the Executive Director for the Office of Eligibility Services, Warren Waters, to follow up related to whether there is a specific fax number. But again, I would highly encourage that information is shared with the Coordinator of Community Services. It's directly put into our system for which we share with the Eligibility Determination Division.
Thank you for that response. I've also reached out to Mr. Waters, so thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from Maya Gillett. Maya, are you unable to unmute? Okay. I think we have time for maybe one more question. The next person is Karen Smith. Okay, I'm sorry I'm not able to hear you, Karen. I'm going to go to the next person, but if you want to leave your question in the chat box, we will follow up with you. The next person is Celeste Armadi. Okay, I apologize that we're unable to hear your direct question. I know that we're at time. I'm going to turn it back over to Robert.
Thank you, Dr. Smalls, and thank all of you for attending today's community webinar. We also, on behalf of DDA, want to thank all of you for advocating, working with the governor's office and the legislature. We want to thank the governor's office and the legislature for helping to restore 94% of the funding gap for DDA for fiscal year 2025. Next slide, please. With that, I'll turn it back over to Dr. Smalls to close us out, as well as to share the date of the next community webinar. Thank you, everyone.
Again, thank you so much for attending today's webinar. We will be posting next meeting dates on the DDA website. And again, this recording will be uploaded to the YouTube DDA channel. Have a good evening.